Ever wonder if Capital One is the right bank for you? Let's face it, choosing a bank can feel overwhelming. There are a million options out there, each promising the best rates, the slickest app, and the most convenient locations. But what about the not-so-shiny bits? Every bank has weaknesses, and Capital One is no exception. So, before you dive headfirst into a new account, let's crack open the hood and see what makes Capital One tick, for better and for worse. Weakness number 1, data security concerns. Capital One has a bit of a checkered past when it comes to data security. In 2019, a massive data breach exposed the personal information of a whopping 106 million customers in the US and Canada. This wasn't just names and addresses, we're talking social security numbers and credit scores. Needless to say, it was a huge blow to customer trust. Now, Capital One has taken steps to shore up its defenses since then. But data breaches are a fact of life in the digital age, and it's a concern that potential customers should be aware of. Weakness number 2, credit card delinquency rates. Capital One does a booming business in credit cards. But compared to some competitors, they tend to have higher delinquency rates. This means a higher percentage of Capital One customers end up missing credit card payments. There are a few reasons for this. One possibility is that Capital One might be a bit more lenient when approving applicants. This can be good news for people with less than perfect credit, but it also means they might be on the hook for cardholders who struggle to keep up with payments. Another factor could be the types of cards Capital One offers. They're known for rewards cards with generous points programs. These cards can be tempting, but they also tend to come with higher interest rates. So, if you're not careful, it's easy to rack up a hefty balance that becomes difficult to manage. Weakness number 3, limited branch network. If you're someone who likes to bank in person, Capital One might not be your best bet. Compared to some of the big national banks, Capital One has a much smaller branch network. This means you might have to travel further to find a physical location, which can be inconvenient. Now, Capital One does have a robust online banking platform and mobile app. But let's face it, sometimes you just need to speak to a real person. Weakness number 4, cost management struggles. Running a bank is no small feat. There are a lot of expenses involved, from maintaining branches and technology to paying employees. Capital One, despite its success, has faced some challenges when it comes to managing these costs effectively. This can lead to a few things. For one, it might make it harder for Capital One to offer the most competitive rates on loans and savings accounts. Additionally, it could limit their ability to invest in new technology and features that might benefit customers. Weakness number 5, outdated market research. There have been some whispers that Capital One might be relying on outdated market research. This could mean they're making decisions based on what customers wanted a few years ago, not necessarily what they want today. In today's fast-paced financial landscape, customer needs and expectations can evolve quickly. If Capital One isn't keeping its finger on the pulse, they risk falling behind the competition. So, is Capital One right for you? Only you can answer that question. But by being aware of these weaknesses, you can make a more informed decision. Capital One does have a lot to offer, from innovative products to a user-friendly online experience. But if data security is a major concern for you, or you need the flexibility of a large branch network, there might be a better fit out there. Remember, choosing a bank is a personal decision. Do your research, weigh the pros and cons, and find the bank that best suits your financial needs and goals. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.